get your name from.
Yeah.
And
Do you want the cool press version or the actual version?
I think it has to be a quick version.
Needed an idea, liked the idea of a syndicate being, you know, a gang, a togetherness, a group. Open the wardrobe, there's a bottle of whiskey.
That's pretty much it.
Pretty much it.
I'd drink some.
Not
whiskey in the wardrobe, there's a problem there. Seriously needs to be addressed.
Otherwise, we're going to be called the Golden Luger Lounge Lizards.
How did you guys get to this point now where you're actually bringing out a new CD, which is...
Yeah.
more bollock than judgment, I think.
That's about right.
To be honest, the album started. We got a few demos, and we got we got this EP that's out now
On iTunes.
and Amazon and all of the good retailers. But like it's we just kind of we got to a point where we got some songs that we hadn't recorded, or there were songs that were written before this lineup was together, and we kind of went, well, let's get back in the studio and just make another 4 or 5 track EP. And it was the producer that it was the guy that we worked with. We worked with countless times. There's only been once that we recorded without him. But he was the guy, and he just said, like, why don't you just lay down everything you've got and try and make an album?
You come up with 10 tracks, haven't you?
Yes.
The album's called The Right Sound of Crazy, but I understand you haven't heard it yet.
Well, we just have.
Great.
It's only there. It's out there.
The final master, I think it was a pretty much.
Yeah,
We've all heard like the first few mixes. The final master, we've not really heard that.
And it's coming out in June, isn't it?
It is.
And what would you say are your favourite tracks of that one?
You go first.
I mean, mine personally is Nothing to Hide. It's like our ballad. It's very personal to me, but I know that for the other guys in the band, we've all got different meanings for the song. But I think anybody who listens to that song can't take anything from the.
It's written with quite an open forum for people to make their own ideas as to what's going on with it. And I think some of the great, dare I say, ballad songs, people can listen to them and think, I could relate to that time with that person, that place. I think it's one of those songs that you can go wrong with.
So real from the heart.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah, definitely. I think there's another track. One of my favourites on there is Break the Chains, because it starts off as a very sort of spooky intro, a bit moving, thinking where's it going to come next, and it just explodes, and it's a massive kind of like powerhouse tune. You know, when we wrote it, we didn't sort of go, right, we're going to write it's this, but it actually turned out, and I think it was only when we actually recorded it and we all listened back and went,
it's alright, that is. We're going to be planning the tour to promote the album.
They're actually autumn time, to be honest, so once all the dust settled on the album launch, because we've got the first single coming out in May and then the album out in June, and then we're just going to hit it heavy after that.
Where do you think is the vibe now for rock?
Ooh.
I don't think
it's
LA
here,
special still.
Yeah.
Like when we played LA, it was really. I don't know. Just their attitude, too. Wasn't it?
They're
It was,
really interesting.
they love it. They absolutely love it. It's like it'd be like 3 o'clock in the morning on a Wednesday, and people are still piling into bars to watch a band. Like,
yeah, there's always something going on. Every bar has a stage, and they're putting gigs on. Not just occasionally; it's every night.
Every night of the week, and it's heaving.
Well, we play when we played the Viper Room. I think there'd been 6 bands on before us.
The scene that's going around the Midlands, especially at the moment, there's a lot of bands who put out every night and they've got great music, but it might not be mainstream friendly at the moment. Although in our sort of like ilk, the bands we see, it's very difficult because there's always that word of radio friendly.
Yeah.
What is radio friendly and what's not?
Which stations do you think are
Crown are always going to promote rock and roll.
There's a lot more internet radio stations.
Yeah, it's more like
digital radio and
stuff.
stuff.
Like podcasts, like Emma Scott's podcast is constantly promoting underground music, and and like Midlands Rocks have now got one, and it's just podcasts really, and like Mark said, just internet radio is really pushing. Official TWS on Twitter. We are on MySpace, but that's like a barren wasteland.
MySpace.com/the
yeah.
And there's a new.
We're in the middle of doing a .com, which will be whiskeysyndicate.com.
And there's a YouTube channel as well.
We're on YouTube as well, but pretty much just Google the Whiskey Syndicate and we're like the first 10, 11 pages.